holding things in when you're in a relationship. Like, how come you're not honest? Like, what is holding you back from telling your lover that this is how you feel? Like, what are the issues in your relationship that you're not telling your lover? Because when you hold these things in, it don't help you. It makes things worse. It makes things worse all the time when you have issues. It's best to let the person know ahead of time before these issues start occur. It's best to let people know, what's going on with you before you even get into a relationship. It's always best when you're trying to court somebody. State your issues. I know it might not be a good time to do it, but it'll save people more time of knowing the person that you is and how to deal with you. A lot of people are not a vulnerable person. They're not vulnerable. They don't know how to love. They have different emotions. Some have bipolar. Some have schizophrenic, ADD. They got some issues. You feel what I'm saying? But it's not for us to judge them. Their issues is their issues. But what I'm basically saying, in the relationship, you need to state these issues so you can find out the root of the problem. So when you're in a relationship and you realize that you're not talking about certain things because maybe it bothers this person. In my relationship, it was certain conversations that I wouldn't talk about because I didn't know, how my lady would react. So I try to avoid it until we got a couple years, and then I started getting more comfortable, talking about things that I like to talk about. So that's how it was. It wasn't really an issue, but it was just something that I wasn't saying and I was holding back from saying. So it was certain conversations about death, suicide, things like that, like emotional conversations that you wouldn't talk to everyone about, but you want to because you don't want to bottle it in. So basically in a relationship is what I'm saying is the first thing, you need to be honest and let these issues be known. Do not hold them in. Don't hold back. You understand what I'm saying? Do not hold back. The person is going to accept you the way you are. If any type of issue that you have, like a lot of people have these issues and they just don't want to justify it, or they just don't want to tell nobody. Like they just want to feel perfect. And it's not good because you're hurting yourself. Not hurting no one else but yourself. So the issues that you have, you need to cope with them and you need to let your lover know. Second thing is find common ground to talk about these issues. You don't want to talk about it at a restaurant or a party or a movie theater. You want to talk somewhere where it's nice and peaceful so you can get a better understanding. You can use active listening to understand what the person's issues is, because a lot of us have certain issues where we just can't explain. They just happen out of nowhere. I know somebody that has what is that? It's like they'll be talking and the next thing they'll be talking about, and you be like, well, like, what are you talking about? Like, but you can't judge them. You can't judge them. You just gotta let them get through that issue. Just let them get through what they talking about, so you can get some comprehending of it. A lot of people deal with these issues in relationships and they're quiet, and it's crazy. It really is. And I just don't want you to be that person to be dealing with these issues and bottling them in. Like, if you need to go seek help if your partner not helping you. If your partner is ignoring you because they know about your issue, maybe you're not supposed to be with this person, or maybe they just don't understand and they need some type of understanding. So maybe y'all both can go to therapy and figure out what the issue is in hand that is, messing your relationship up. Because you will start to notice these issues where your relationship is occurring to a bad start. And you're like, I wonder what's going on. Like, why is this person acting the way they acting? Well, they acting the way they acting because they have an issue with what's going on, or they have an issue with a situation or a conversation that you're talking about that they're not comfortable with. A lot of issues in relationships, a lot of people are just not comfortable with, and they try to be comfortable with it. They'll put on a little pretend act like, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and deep down they don't, or deep down they don't care, or deep down it's not interesting. Like, it'd be so many issues that you'll bring up, and it's like they'll just brush it off, like it's not important to them. They understand what you're going through, but they really don't care when they have a lot on their plate. You understand? When they have a lot on their plate, they're not really trying to engage in enough conversation to state what's your issue. And that happens in a relationship. You know, people just don't have time to put more stress on them when you're supposed to help your lover. You know, when you have issues with this person, you're supposed to address the issue. You don't supposed to bottle it up and pretend that it didn't happen. Like, no, you're supposed to address this issue and stand on business. You're supposed to stand on business and talk about this issue so it can make your relationship better and healthy. By holding these secrets in, it's not getting any better, because once down the line you're still with this person and you had that issue from the beginning and you ain't say it until now, they're gonna look at you funny like, well, if this was the issue, why didn't you say this in the beginning when we talked? Why do you hold in issues? If you have to let it out. Let it out in the beginning. What's the point of holding on to it? Ain't gonna make things better? Or are you gonna just wait for them to be like, okay, now this is a perfect time to spring it on them? Like, in some cases, yeah, if it's a dramatic one and it's too much to deal with or handle and you don't want to lose this person, I can see why, you know, you will hold this issue in and not say nothing. But if it's something not as big, let the person know. Let the person know, because you never know, that person might have that same issue. That might be something else y'all got in common. Y'all both might be bipolar. You understand? Y'all both might be sex addicts. It don't matter what it is. Like, if you don't state the issue on what y'all have going on, how would you know? That's basically what I'm saying, is stop holding y'all issues in. Stop hiding them. There's no point of hiding them when you're trying to build with somebody with longevity. If it's short term, then it is what it is. Maybe this person don't need to know this. You take it to your grave, whatever. But if you're trying to make a long-term relationship with somebody, I think it's best you state your issues. I think it's best you state your do's and your don'ts, like things that you like and dislike. You know, these are issues. These are serious issues in your relationship that you need to express your feelings, you know, and be more open to it about it. Don't just hide it in. Don't hide it. It's no point of hiding when you have a serious issue. If you feel your serious issue is something that you can't talk about, I'm pretty sure you can talk about it. You just choose not to. When we got issues, a lot of us choose not to talk about these issues because we know how our friend is or lover is, and we don't want to upset them. You know, we don't want them to get all crazy and start cursing us out and blaming us and things like you don't want that. So I can understand why some stuff you keep inside. You know, if you're dealing with a drama, a serious drama in your childhood that you went through and you just can't get past it. You know, I dealt with a lot of people that have childhood issues that they still deal with to this day. I remember it was this couple, Mike and Janice. Mike and Janice, they was going through some problems. When they first started off, they was good. They was doing good. It was doing good. They was like the high school couple that everybody just wanted to be. You know, they was the high school couple that everybody wanted to be. But things took a turn where they realized certain conversations they would avoid. They would avoid talking about and didn't know how the person, you know, would react to it. So one day they talked about something, I forgot what it was, and it was a conversation that read a red flag with one of them. Like, she would always have flashbacks of that moment. She would have flashbacks of what happened. So that was a main issue that she never said. She was going to take it to her grave, but now that they got married, you know, she laid everything out on the table. And he was shocked. He was very shocked about it, but he handled it. And he understood it, and he gave her comfort. You understand? He gave her comfort, and he made her understand that he cares. So when you got these issues, let your partners know. Don't hold them in. Don't keep no secrets. Let it be known. And I promise you, your relationship will be stronger. But that's my time. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. And if you have any issues in your relationship that you want to state, leave it in the comments. One.